Hi guys, I'm going to show you guys really quick how to do the acrylic art that has been floating around social media lately. If you've seen it, you know that it looks pretty cool and it's actually really simple to do. So let's jump right into it. As a disclaimer, of course, some people automatically think that they're going to be able to get it to be perfect like they see online, and you have to remember that this is, for one, a DIY, and number two, people who are selling them typically have a lot of practice in it, and of course their products are going to be a lot higher in quality. If you're doing it yourself, don't let that discourage you.
How you living?
So the first thing that you're gonna need, of course, is your acrylic sheet. I got two different kinds. This kind that I actually got off of Amazon, and it was relatively cheap. For a pack of 5, it was about $10. And then this was the one that I got from the hardware store. As you can see, the cheaper one is definitely thinner and also a lot flimsier. So it's your personal preference, but I prefer the thicker one. The next thing that you're gonna need is your album art cover. I used a picture of me and my mom. And then of course, the paint markers. I just got a couple different brands just because of my color preference. It doesn't matter what you use. Then to put the picture on, you're gonna use these brushes as well as some Mod Podge in the gloss finish, of course. All of the acrylic sheets that I've gotten have come with this protective film over it. And my biggest suggestion is just to make sure that you leave it on there until you absolutely need it. Otherwise, the acrylic sheet is going to get so scratched up, and that absolutely sucks. For the album art, you want to make sure that you're only dabbing a small amount of Mod Podge around the corners. If you put too much, then it's going to look all goopy and gross when you lay it on the acrylic, and that defeats the whole purpose of the clear canvas. Once you put the album art on, you might see that the glue starts to seep out a little. My suggestion would be to kind of dry it a little. So once the album art is dried, it's time to draw on the music portion. I realized that I forgot to print it out, so I decided I was gonna try it on my iPad. What worked best for me was to place the acrylic on top of the iPad and then just kind of zoom in and out until I felt that it looked actually like something that you would play on Spotify. So once I did that, I just picked my white marker and I went to town. Here's the finished product of the little thing I did for me and my mom. As I mentioned before, I forgot to print out the little bottom part. So there is a nice little get around for it. You can use another device to kind of trace over it, but it obviously won't be as accurate. I mean, for me doing this like freehand, it's not horrible. Granted, I'm not selling it, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the kind of acrylic art that I like to do. When I saw that acrylic art had blown up, I had actually bought a piece of acrylic a long time ago, back in March, and I was like, I have no clue what to do with this. And I saw everyone making these little album covers, and I was like, oh, you know what, that's fire, but like, that's not me. I would never hang that up in my room. You know, I have like my vinyls back there, but like those are coming down. So I'm gonna show you guys the kind of acrylic that I would do, and hopefully it inspires you guys to come up with kind of cool things that you're into, but also incorporate some of these ideas. So for the next one, I used my good acrylic, an image that I had actually remembered to print out, and then 3 colors. All right, guys, so I just finished this bad boy. It took me literally 20 minutes. It's super easy. Here's what it looks like with the back, the picture on the back. If we remove it, here it is. I love this. I feel like this is very me, you know, like this is something that I would like put on my wall. So yeah, I just went in with the green, and then if you can see the stems, I know my ring light keeps getting in the way. I'm so sorry. But you can see like the stemming is light green, and then the little dots are gold. And I love this. So yeah, like I said, super short, super easy, and it's a bit more personal to me. Next up, I'll be playing around with this bad boy. It is literally huge. I have no clue what size it is, but to give you reference, it was $2 at Hobby Lobby, and it is a little wobbly one, but I have bought thick ones in 13 by 19, and those have been around $17 at places like Jerry's Artorama, and Michael's Art Store. So wherever you go, you know, people have been saying that they get them at Lowe's. I went by Lowe's with a friend, and Lowe's does have them, but it's just kind of difficult to pay for. So this idea actually came from my fiance, so fingers crossed that it goes well. Okay, so this one is a bit harder to see. And I know my ring light definitely doesn't help. But this is kind of what it looks like. It just says, "C'est la Blanken V." And honestly, this one's fire. This one's fire. Like, obviously I need to go in and touch it up a little. I'm gonna include a picture so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. But like, this one is going up on my wall, no doubt. Like, I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit, you know, because obviously we're going pretty fast. I think if I had taken my time with this and actually made sure that it was 100% perfect, let me peel off the back. Made sure that it was 100% perfect, this would have taken me probably around 45 minutes. So yeah, here you go, guys. Like I said previously, of course, the acrylic art that is going around right now is fire. Definitely, if you can, actually support the people who are already buying it. Obviously, if you can't, then DIY is going to be your best friend. But also make sure that you're trying new ideas and seeing what works for you. That way, you're actually catering to your needs and what your room, you want your room to be you. You know, you want it to be like your safe haven, your safe space. So that means making sure that everything in there caters to who you are, your personality, what you like, and what makes you feel happy. So I hope my little 2 ideas inspired you. I'll also include a couple of pics of 2 other artworks that I did on acrylic. And thank you guys for watching so much. I hope that you like, share, and subscribe. And thanks. Bye.